Good evening, YouTube. Welcome back to Play the Hits. This is Chris Beck, and we are playing Barbie's Horse Adventure. How you doing tonight, Nick?
Not doing bad. That opening scroll there with Leon's face, I was going to say he looked like a Kennedy, and then I realized he is
He
technically
is
a
a
Kennedy.
Kennedy, yeah. But not one of the dead ones.
No, not one of the ones who...
God rest their souls. Their immortal souls.
Not one of the ones who has someone die quietly in their house and no one ever gets charged occasionally.
Oh, we're going to hell.
Well, either they're dying or killing someone and not being punished for it. Anyways, so, more Resident Evil 2, huh? Where did we leave off?
There we
Refresh my
go.
memory. That didn't stop him, did it?
No, it did not. Come here, you. Alright, whatever. If you're gonna make it easy for me. Alright, so, having remembered that those guys were there, we just wasted the rest of our shotgun ammo, so that's gonna get stashed for a little bit.
Wasted? I mean, come on, how are you gonna get past those guys?
Yeah, and we've got plenty of gunpowder. That's all gonna come together once we get down to the sewers. Right now, though, I wanted to clear this hallway because we've got a rogue Mr. X and quite a bit of police station roundabout to do, and I don't quite know where he is, so we're gonna keep our ears open here.
Have you seen the newest Mr. X mod?
I've not. What's going on with him now?
He's now Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, that seems appropriate.
It
What
works for a
what do
little
they
bit.
do with the stomping, though? Do they replace it with like a chugga chugga chugga, or?
I
Oh, hey,
think
wait,
it
there he
was
is.
Oh, let's ask him.
God damn it. All right, well, this is all
Oh,
right.
there he is.
This is actually my preferred way of engaging with him, because if I take this way, I usually lose track of him in this wing of the building, and it takes him a little bit of time to get over to the library.
I can see why the pathfinding for the AI would have issues.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of doors here, and the slowest that he moves is when he's actually going through doors, and I just ran through like 20 of them. So
Yes.
basically, that buys me enough time to move those bookshelves.
So, that kind of reminds me, as long as we're talking about Mr. X here, if I remember correct, like, how does he get the name Mr. X? I heard that he's actually just called Tyrant in all the official literature, but I guess Mr. X was a community name that stuck?
No, actually, well, before, I think so, but before the community adopted it, it was actually the name given to him in S.D. Perry's novelization of the second game on the PS1. So that actually has its roots with
Okay,
the
yes.
surprisingly good books that were released on the Resident Evil series back in the late 90s.
Wait, you're joking. So there was an actually good, hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. There was actually a good video game novel based on Resident Evil.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, they're not like light the world on fire literature
It's
or
not
anything.
Dune, I'm sure, but
They were very well written and very faithful to the games, and just kind of fun, enjoyable little like 2-day long reads. I mean, they were.
Huh.
I enjoyed them.
So you're saying it was better than Metal Gear Solid's novelization?
Oh god, don't get me started on Metal Gear Solid's novelization.
God, I cannot believe that was a thing.
It shouldn't have been a thing. That I've never seen a book like go so
Straight-
far from its source material, and not in like inventive and creative ways, but it's like they got a script of the game and they saw that Solid Snake was described as a secret agent. It's like, oh, okay, he's just a badass secret agent. He's gonna kill everybody in this game.
Yeah, because it seemed to read more like a Tom Clancy novel. Remember correct?
It was not well done. But the
bad.
Resident Evil, the SD Perry ones, at least the first two, actually not the first two, the first three, because the second novel that SD Perry released was actually an original side story to the Resident Evil games. But then the third novel was the second game, and like I said, it's not exactly you know, high art, but it's also it's a serviceable game
Well,
book.
the
that's,
bar is so
yeah.
low for video game entertainment forms outside of the actual medium itself. I mean,
Yeah.
video game movies, video game books tend to suck more often
Yeah.
than not. I know there's
Without
exceptions to
question.
that rule.
But no, you're absolutely right. I mean, by and large, it's swill.
Um,
Um, but
an-
these are actually enjoyable little reads. If you ever get a chance to pick them up on Amazon or something for 99 cents, I would definitely do it.
Another surprisingly enjoyable, which I actually felt was pretty good, game novelization was. Have you ever read the in between books that took place between Elder Scrolls Oblivion and Skyrim?
No, I have not.
Surprisingly confident two books called, what was it? The Floating City and the Lord of Souls. And it fills in what happens between those two games.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it was actually really well written. I was reading about the time I was going through Game of Thrones, and I thought, wow, this is actually kind of like a more interesting version of this series,
Yeah.
just set in the Elder Scrolls universe. And it didn't have that syndrome of, okay, let's just take some generic fantasy elements and then give them Elder Scrolls names. It seemed like they had a really decent command of the in-game lore.
Yeah.
Like the central plot was based around someone cheating Clavicus Vile, the Daedric Lord, out of something, which I thought was a nice touch.
Huh.
It was surprisingly good. I liked it. It was, if you ever get a chance to pick it up, even for the 99 cents on Amazon, pay the full $10. They're surprisingly good works.
That's actually really good information to have.
I'll go a step further, and I'll say that it was actually better than the plot to Skyrim. So.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it was surprisingly good. I read it, I think, 2 years ago while I was on a stint of unemployment, and I was only going to read 10 pages a night. I devoured Lord of Souls in 2 days. It was
Nice.
a real page turner.
That's cool, man. And if there was ever a game series where I would invest myself more heavily into the lore, where is he?
I'm always afraid he's right behind me.
He's close.
And then if I turn around, that'll piss him off.
Like I actually can't see him. He's down.
Is he under you?
Yeah. Where the hell did he go? He's somewhere. He was somewhere down here. But yeah, it would definitely be the Elder Scrolls or possibly the Mist novelizations. Is he above me? That fucker's above me. Okay,
Above
wait.
you?
This might actually be okay. This might be a blessing in disguise. Because
Yeah,
that
because that's
means
going to take him a while
it's
to
going
find
to take him a second to get down here. And in that time, I can go in here and finally do the keys. But
Oh, hey there, Joseph.
got a liquor situation, which is never what you want.
Liquors and Mr. X. That's
Yeah, that's
not a good combination.
that is not what you want. But this is a good game, or this is a good room to encounter Mr. X in because there's a runaround. So let's see here. I forget what they are, so I'm just gonna enter them all.
Come on, how hard can they be?
Nope. Because if I exit this screen, then he'll re-engage the chase, and at that point we've got a whole different problem to deal with.
You're essentially just getting candy out of a vending machine, aren't you?
Yeah, these aren't real lockers. I still don't understand. Like, the password for all of them is literally just their number.
Well, okay. I mean, if we're strictly speaking, I'm assuming you would punch a number in there and it would state that at 12:37 on X date, someone
Raided
took this item out of
Jimbo's
evidence.
locker, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got some steel boys.
Oh boy. What's up?
Is any good?
Oh yeah, the rolled chicken tacos. It's very.
Just treat it as a burrito.
No, no, it's more involved than that. You probably don't want any cheese with it, do you, Joseph? I take it and then I roll it up in a fajita shell, and then I put it in the oven for 7 minutes at 425. Baste it in a little bit of butter beforehand. Wait 7 minutes, flip it over, and then cook it another 7 minutes. Would you like me to make them for you?
Nah, I think he's got it down.
And then you eat it with some ranch dipping sauce because it's a rolled
Based,
chicken
heat,
taco.
based, flip, heat, based, flip. Come on, Joseph.
Do you want me to make you some after we get done here?
Oh, God. Yes.
Yeah, they turned out really good. Yeah, it's every Friday I like to cook something new, and tonight it was rolled chicken taco.
Nice.
So yeah, they turned out really well.
Oh my gosh, I am stupid, dude. Wait, I think it's just 102 and 103. Those were the only ones that would have been inaccessible to me, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you're right.
Or did I unlock the others? What the hell? I'm going to enter... Like I said, I'm just so afraid Mr. X is going to show up and rain on my parade here. I'm just going to enter them and be safe. After that last episode's encounters with him, I'm all set.
Yeah, I think we've reached Mr. X capacity.
We've hit peak X.
So, what are you playing these days?
You're gonna hate this.
Oh boy, there we go.
I picked up the Kingdom Hearts remasters, like of 1 and 2, to play with Connor, and I'm actually surprisingly sort of getting into the series again.
Oh, that's cute.
I mean, I hate what they represent, but at the same time, they're not the world's worst, little discount JRPGs.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we is right there.
Yep. Okay.
I could never get into Kingdom Hearts. I mean, they seem like competent games, and like if I was on a deserted island and that was the only game there, and it somehow inexplicably had electricity, I wouldn't turn my nose up. I would play them.
Yeah, like I said, they're serviceable little games, and Connor just loves. He loves seeing Mickey Mouse and Donald and Goofy, and yeah.
There's still a zombie in that room?
Yes, but it doesn't matter because we're not coming back there anytime soon. Okay.
What is all that? Okay, I see.
And at this point, Mr. X is not a problem in the police station anymore. There may be a bad boy or two down here waiting for us. But other than that, we're ready to head into the sewers with Leon. I'm just going to keep booking it in case there's a bad boy.
Seemingly least compelling part of this game.
It's way more intense the first time you go through it and you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
But I admit to you that watching me play through this has probably spoiled some of the most intense and interesting parts for you.
Well, I don't know. It's like I've never liked a sewer scene in any game outside of Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
Dude, that was a surprisingly good
Underrated
Star Wars
gem.
game and sewer level.
Oh yeah, I can't say enough good things about that game.
That was just such an out of the blue classic,
Oh yeah. I mean, and it's still funny because to this day you can mention it, and there's tons of people who never even.
Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. That's kind of the nature of some of those N64 gems.
Well, now, if I remember correctly, Shadows of the Empire was essentially just audience testing to see if we were interested enough in a Star Wars game, would that lead to sales for a Star Wars movie, and that's what led to the trilogy remake.
Right. What am I doing
wrong? The first trilogy there. I don't know how this puzzle works, so don't ask me.
I, lost sight of it.
Oh, you've got to just connect all the circuits? Something or
yes, but it's not making sense. I've got to get him down here. How do I do that? Hold on a second here.
This is just the mini game for BioShock.
Yeah, but it doesn't. I'm not reading the pieces correctly, I don't think.
Alright, so what we need to do is just need to find a paper clip, unfold it, and stick it in here.
Yeah, right. Just short circuit the whole thing. What am I doing wrong? Okay. So this way can only go that way.
Speaking of sticking metal things in places they don't belong.
How's that urethra treatment going?
Back when I was in Catholic school.
Oh boy.
There was a kid who, during the game of dodgeball, decided he got bored and was going to see what happens if he took an unfolded paperclip and shoved it into an electrical outlet.
Is this child still with us?
Well, by the grace of God, if yeah. So, anyways, all of a sudden we see these sparks shoot out of the wall in the outlet.
That young
And
man grew
melting.
up to be Ted Cruz.
Oh. Yeah, but anyways, the gym teacher yelled at us because we horrible kids back in Catholic school in 4th grade, and lined us all up against the wall and gave us a lecture and chewed us
Oh dear
out.
God! When you said Catholic school and lined us up against the wall, I got real nervous there for a second.
All the teachers were female. Don't let's just get that context out of the way.
Hey man, if the news has shown us anything, it's that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay,
God,
what the hell am I doing wrong at this point?
Yeah. So, anyway, she lines us up and gives us a lecture, and she reaches her crescendo where she thinks she's really going to scare us and says, "Do you want to spend the rest of your life as a vegetable?" And then, of course, one of the kids said,
I
"Man,
like vegetables.
and then one of the kids was like, "I want to be a cucumber. I want to be a radish. I want to be a fruit." And then some kid said, some kid said, "I want to be a tomato." And then some kid had said, "Tomato's a fruit, dumbass."
That's awesome.
I love that
Idiot.
one of those miscreants, was just smart enough to be able to remember that, that tomatoes are indeed a fruit, not a vegetable.
Dude, I've lost my mojo. There we go. There it is. Wow,
Wow,
that took
really?
way too long. I forgot how to read the circuits there for a second, and I'm like, what am I looking at? Oh boy.
Hey, you know what? Let's do another one of these. You know why the... oh, hey, what's going on here?
Oh yeah, this guy. Now we get to hear what it was he was reporting on.
Explain the rumors about the orphanage. I just find it way too coincidental Umbrella's one of the benefactors.
So he's talking about the orphanage that you saw Sherry and Claire's scenario,
That's what I figured.
which is basically just like an easy way for Umbrella to get test subjects. And he's interviewing Annette, who's basically trying to sweep the whole thing under the rug.
Underground lab. Now, are you gonna talk to me, or are you gonna... The interview's over.
Yeah, so he caught wind of the G virus, and so basically they had Brian Irons put him in here.
I see.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it have been easier to just kill... Well, okay, that's what they did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then they sent Mr. X to do cleanup.
That's not good.
That's not good at all.
Oh, my.
Well, at least there's always an alternate way out, and oh no!
He is not pleased.
Nope. Fortunately, like I said, this is hardly my first rodeo.
Oh my goodness, there's so many of them.
Yeah. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good. Oh no! Fortunately, we've entered a cutscene, so either this is the shortest run-through of Resident Evil 2 ever, or the stakes are pretty low.
No, that's how it ends. That they just kill Mr. X, or Mr. X just kills him right here. Oh, they're pulling a Metal Gear Solid 5.
You know that's not the end of Mr. X either. What? I mean, the man is a truck. You can't kill a truck with another truck.
That's not Claire.
No, we got Ada now.
Wait. Ada saved him before?
Yeah, Ada, and now she saved him again. Remember from
I
the
don't
dog?
remember.
The doggo.
Oh,
When we
yeah.
first got
That's right.
Fortunately, a little bit of gas plus a bullet will apparently detonate a truck.
Take you got the key card.
Yeah.
I left it
And
in the
this.
truck.
I left it in
I
the
was hoping you could explain what's on it.
Oh, Fabrizio, no! Oh, speaking of which, that was the other topic that we had for today, wasn't it? The Godfather movie is now 50
50th
years
anniversary of The
old.
Godfather.
Man, my favorite movie. Dude, that's... I mean, granted, I wasn't alive for 20 of those 50 years that's existed, but still feel old.
Strangely enough, my favorite movie of all time is The Dark Knight, as much as I hate comic books.
Really?
Yeah, just a
That's-
side note there.
Yeah, that's a damn good contender.
I feel like that is a perfect movie.
It's, you know, the pacing, the story, the characters, the arc. I mean, it's all very well done. I agree. I have nothing bad to say about The Dark Knight. The Godfather just ekes it out for me. Just I don't know. I don't know why, but I've always been really invested in those kind of stories.
Boy, man, The Godfather, though, you have to...
More info on the
Oh, boy, you have to watch that numerous times, and it's not exactly a short movie, but you
No.
got to watch it numerous times to pick up on everything.
But you know, that's kind of what I like about it. There, you notice something new or some
learn
little
something
detail.
new
Yeah, every
every
time you
time.
watch it, and it's kind of the same with reading the book. Just details that Mario Puzo put into it. Just kind of, you know, he doesn't go like Bible beating or politicking or anything, but the themes that he does incorporate are, you know, just so timeless and well developed that it's hard not to fall in love with the character. And it also is, it's one of those things where it kind of transcends its own genre. It's not just a gangster movie, you know?
Well, it's the
There's-
gangster movie, is
But
it
but at
not?
the same time, it couldn't have less to do with like traditional gangster movies. Like the moral of the story at the end of the day is don't be a mafioso because crime doesn't pay. It's a family drama that just happens to be set in this mafia style.
I'm not gonna.
Oh shit!
I said, don't move.
I'm just passing through. I'm gonna ask you to lower that weapon.
Wait! Don't shoot!
Down, go right back out the way you came in.
Yeah, I know.
So-
This so the conversation I had with Max, detouring a second from The Godfather, the conversation I had with Max during this scene is this is probably my favorite cutscene in this whole game.
aside.
Because it takes something that in the original Resident Evil 2 was really kind of a throwaway scene, the kendo gun shop owner who immediately gets devoured by zombies, and it makes him like one of the most sympathetic and kind of tragic human faces to this whole zombie apocalypse.
Sweetheart, I told you to stay put.
So clearly his daughter's been infected, but she hasn't fully turned yet. And his life is just ruined. And he's just kind of this innocent civilian store owner that was caught in the middle of this horrible catastrophe.
What they did to us.
And they don't belabor it or beat you over the head with this guy. There's no plot arc.
supposed to
This
know
is literally this is the whole
something.
cutscene.
How
It's like
did this
2 minutes
happen?
long.
Well, that's the most effective way to do it before you...
Yeah. And like any, you know, person who's ever like babysat for a small child, like their heart's breaking for this guy. This
Wait,
is
babysat for a child?
yeah, or you know, had a child under their care in any capacity. They can relate to the fact that this man's life is ruined. So she's asking for mommy. So clearly he's lost his wife, and now he's lost his daughter, and there's just like no reason for this poor man to live. And
This is a
yeah, this is
surprising amount of pathos, considering we just crushed a mutant with the truck and he didn't die.
yeah, and that's what I love about this remake so much is that it doesn't just add a fresh coat of paint to the original game, which was already a lot of fun, but it kind of reinvents it
one
in
thing to keep the truth from
surprisingly profound ways.
Why him?
Yeah,
Well, this reminds
that's it. That's just fucking it.
this
which-
reminds me of The
yeah.
Walking Dead back when it was engaging.
Stop whoever's
Right.
behind it.
Yeah, and you know,
Helping
from
people like
fucking
them?
Resident Evil 2, which
That's
is
why I joined the
basically,
force.
you know, made its reputation on being like the video game equivalent of like a zombie comic book. And,
Well-
you know, interesting Walking Dead reference. But,
This entire operation.
Jump back a moment. Isn't the gun store owner one of the 3 free DLCs they're releasing?
yes, so I don't know if you're familiar with the 3 DLCs, which, by the way, are actually out. We could play them right now if we wanted to. They're all what-if scenarios. So they're not canon. They didn't actually happen.
Oh, I see.
But what if the gun shop owner found a way to get out of the city with his daughter before she got infected?
Heard of the
Another
Umbrella
one is
Corporation?
what if that woman, the mayor's daughter, who Brian Irons had on his operating table, escaped from him. And then the third one is what if one of the Umbrella soldiers who got the virus from William actually escaped him. So it's all like different kind of
That's why I'm looking
chase
for the
scenarios that are about like only an hour long at most, but you know are really fun like
Based on what you
zombie
said?
horde
Well,
escape
that's
scenarios.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gee,
Huh.
thanks.
now-
And here we go to the sewer.
Yep, we're entering them in a slightly different location from Claire's,
Come on.
but it'll start
Sewers
looking
run by the
familiar
city.
here shortly.
How could they have a facility without the authorities knowing?
Welcome to corporate America. Umbrellas
Bazing!
backwards.
Welcome to corporate America. That's the closest this game gets to political commentary, thank God.
Jesus.
I was just waiting for a red balloon to float by.
Sure as hell.
Those trailers just gotta beat you over the head with that fucking theme, didn't they?
It seemed like it, yeah. There's the Croco boy.
Oh yeah.
God only knows.
In case you were wondering where he was in Claire's scenario, he was hiding in Leon's all along. Dude, I'm sorry. I love Claire, and out of the two characters, she's probably the one that I enjoy more. But in this game, I really like Leon's scenario more because he gets a lot more time with Mr. X. We're definitely not done with him, in case you wondered. And he also gets the crocodile.
I mean, come on. Giant mutant and a regular-sized man mutant.
In a
What more can you
regular
ask
si-
for?
Okay, what about Mr. X is regular sized in your mind, Nick?
Well, he's like just slightly tall. I mean, he's like, I don't know, he's like a little bigger than Jason Momoa, so he's not impossibly proportioned.
He's Shaquille O'Neal-esque.
Okay, yeah, well, okay, all right. Maybe he's not exactly realistically proportioned now that I think about it.
He's he's more like the Luca Brasi, you know? He's the
If
unstoppable.
you combine
We're still going back to The Godfather.
and the Hulkster together, I guess you'd have his body mass. But anyways,
Oh, good stuff. Dude, there was an interesting story about the guy who played Luca Brasi in The Godfather, and I don't remember what it was, but basically, the reason that his performance is what it is because I think he was like a professional boxer or wrestler or something, and he'd been hit in the head so many times that he straight up couldn't remember his lines and just kind of fumbled
wow.
his way through it. But what was interesting about that is it actually went a long way towards creating the character of Luca Brasi in the film, who was just this kind of lumbering giant that had nothing else going for him other than his, sheer physical intimidation, which served well when you consider like the monster that he was in the books. And you really didn't see any of Luca's backstory in the movie, so they managed to find this actor who just by happenstance kind of created the character of Luca without having to do any of that deep backstory. Oh boy.
strange enough, we got it to work.
Yeah, and in, the two scenes that he was in, you're right, he made it work. Holy shit is right, Leon.
Oh my.
Oh,
this
did
is
I
a
just
little
get...
bit more-
Oh, shit!
He's not gonna spit you out, or you're not gonna be asked to push X to like open his jaws. You're just dead.
Nope, you're just dead. That was the first time I ever died to this guy. This is not a challenging encounter. You just have to see what way he's charging you and move either left or right.
This actually kind of reminds me of one of those games from Mario Odyssey.
That was hilarious. I have not died to this guy before.
Oh, this is just straight up Crash Bandicoot.
Why did I die again?
Oh wow,
All right.
that was bad.
For real,
Even
this
by
time.
our standards, that was bad.
For real this time. I can take this with a grain of salt because this also is only about 20 seconds long if I, survive it.
Stay in one spot too long, you'll end up gator food.
Gatorade.
So long as we're killing
Gatorade.
time here, what are the challenges that this game has on a weekly basis?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't done any of them yet.
This doesn't exactly strike me as a challenge kind of game.
There's like all these different runs where you can either not access the item box, or you only have like a certain number of shots that you're allowed to use, or I forget. Like I said, I haven't done any of them yet, but it's something to that effect.
I understand those like achievements, but I don't know what they mean by like weekly challenge.
If that hurt me, I'm gonna be mad. Oh yeah, no, those aren't the achievements. Those are, I mean, there
Oh, I
are
see.
achievements for doing them, but like, so maybe I'm not quite describing it correctly. It's like,
Oh, you can reach
defeat
that.
William without using the Magnum, or
I see. Oh, okay, that's
do a whole run through without picking up any grenades or something like that.
okay. Yeah.
So they aren't like trophy achievements, but they're challenges, and you basically just get prestige.
People into monsters.
Oh, I
not
see.
It's all for the sake of online rankings. There's not, to my knowledge, any unlockables associated with them.
Yes.
They're just new.
E-cred.
Yeah, they're just new like YouTube friendly ways to play the game.
Ah, well, that's actually kind of cool.
So, you know, if you're a YouTuber whose bread and butter is survival horror, you can just do the weekly Resident Evil 2 challenge and have a free
Is
episode.
Ada Wong seriously wearing high heels?
Yeah, these are their PS1 costumes still.
Monsters like that.
Ah, I see.
Our military?
So, yes, she is.
They don't sell the monsters. They sell the viruses.
I also can't aim my gun at her in case you're wondering what I'm trying to do on this elevator.
I always like how there's all these evil corporations that sell these weapons to corporations, but we never hear of governments using these weapons in the first place.
Right? Okay, so let's see here.
Man, the government's just trying to breed an army of pigmen, you know, so they're immune to viruses. Well, where have all these pigmen been deployed? Like Yemen or Afghanistan? Or where are all these pigmen?
I know we're jumping all over the place in terms of pop culture references, but one of my favorite King of the Hill episodes was Operation Infinite Walrus.
where Bill thought he was being injected with government chemicals or something.
To create walrus soldiers, yeah. It turns out it was just a placebo.
Placebo.
A placebo, yeah, that's right. That was one of those episodes where Bill Dauterive was given like a surprising amount of depth, and like at the end he actually takes responsibility for a bunch of the things that are wrong with his life. That's one of
Resolves
the
to do
things-
better and then proceeds not to.
Right, yeah. I mean, of course.
And then next week he's
a,
dancing with dogs.
It was a cartoon, so they had to return to the status quo. But at the same time, that's what I loved about King of the Hill. It was that it was capable of a surprising amount of depth.
Forget about me. Just go.
From the guys who brought you Beavis and Butthead.
She gets away.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they made Beavis and Butthead, and I forgot what was it. Futurama was made by Matt Groening, who did.
Simpsons, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. Yeah, dude, cartoons just aren't what they were back in the day. Like,
Well,
don't
I don't
get me wrong,
know.
I like Rick and Morty just fine, but even though it's a really great show, it still hasn't quite reached the heights of King of the Hill or classic Simpsons and Futurama to me.
Must be in the mix.
Yeah, some decent one-liners to be sure, but man, you go back to those classic Simpsons episodes, and I mean, all of them had
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 iconic lines.
Right, and the thing that I'm not crazy about with Rick and Morty is that it's got such a cult status that it's kind of starting already to get up its own ass, and it's only like what 3 seasons so far.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but I mean, like, what else was there? I mean, I absolutely adored regular show when that was on TV. I was like the Beavis and Butthead
yeah, I remember you
of
telling
my
me about
sister's
that.
generation.
Yeah,
That was always good for a laugh.
Metalocalypse was a lot of fun too when we were in college.
Yeah. Have you ever actually listened to any of their music?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was like, wait a minute. I thought you were
mean,
asking if
it's
I'd
exactly
seen the
what
show.
you
I'm like, yeah,
expect.
I gotcha. Yeah, no, that was a clever show. So, like a lot of the stuff on Adult Swim, like back when I used to smoke pot, yeah, it was a lot of fun just to get high and like giggle at the funny colors. But at the same time, like every once in a while, they came up with some philosophically intriguing content.
We'll say that, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's the most
there's-
delicate way I can put it.
There's I was reading a really interesting article about Adult Swim from NPR, and they were talking about how a lot of famous animators actually got a lot of their start on there because I mean no one else would give them a chance. Whereas they'd be like, hey, we need to fill 15 minutes on Sunday at 3 a.m. You got any material you can send us?
Right? Yeah, I believe it. Sorry, I'm kind of concentrating at this part because of Ada's limited resources. It's relatively easy to fuck it up and die.
She's limited to whatever's in the purse.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay. But we do get some stuff here that will make this part a little more manageable.
I like how she's got like this magic science gun from Umbrella to like hit switches and stuff, and then she's just got this like lame little handgun.
Yeah, right. Well,
I mean, like,
given
you-
how
you
little
think-
she's wearing, there's not a whole lot of room for a lot of other high quality
I mean,
gear.
you think like Umbrella would give her, you know, like the disintegrator.
Yeah,
or
right.
Something, you know,
The zombie head remover device.
you know, like you'd think they of all people would arm their staff with, you know, something that could combat the zombies, but
You would think. You'd be wrong, but you would think. Okay, we're good.
Got you now.
Got you now. No, we don't, for the
Always been
record.
good at running.
Annette's story definitely plays out differently in Leon's scenario. But it is no more uplifting.
Persistent bastard, aren't you?
ooh,
And yes, that is
X
Mr. X.
coming.
X gun, give it to Ada.
I hear that. I hear that guy, that boy.
He's a bad boy.
So wait, he's trying to kill Ada too?
Oh yeah. He'll just kill whatever's in the vicinity, Nick.
Here, he's there to murder everybody because, like, aren't they gonna call in like an airstrike or something to just like level the city?
That would be too easy. I mean,
so
for the immediate catastrophe.
I was gonna say, so like, what happens when the national media hear this? Like, they just say, "Don't go there."
You know, the Resident Evil series, I'm not gonna lie, kind of fell apart from a narrative standpoint after Resident Evil 2. You know, that's why a lot of people still to this day swear by Resident Evil 4. I think by that point the series had already jumped the shark in terms of groundbreaking narrative tension. Resident Evil 1 and 2 were really well done precisely because there was very little you knew about the story and the narrative and like what was causing this. Once, you know, they, you know, made Umbrella basically the corporate boogeyman, and they could do anything they wanted with no consequences. Yeah, the whole premise kind of fell apart. Resident Evil 3 was interesting, more from a gameplay perspective because you had Nemesis, who was the original, like, you know, persistent Mr. X character. And I'm really looking forward to when they do the remake of that game and seeing, like, how much they can improve his AI and make the scenario with him that much more intense. But from a story perspective, no, Resident Evil 3 did not do it for me at all because there really wasn't much of a story. Like, where else could they go? It was just
Right, where do you
run
go from there?
away from the big monster, which was fine. It didn't need to be more than that. Especially since it wasn't actually the real Resident Evil 3, it was just supposed to be a side story. Like, Code Veronica was the actual Resident Evil 3, and the narrative in that one was surprisingly good. It kind of went back to the original formula of not really knowing what the hell is going on and having that more intense atmosphere.
I gotta check if Code Veronica's on Steam or not.
It is.
Not gonna happen.
Or if it's not, it's
okay.
definitely on the PS4 if it's not on Steam. It's definitely worth your play. It's actually my second favorite entry in the series, behind Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I remember you spoke pretty highly of it.
Yeah, for me, the order has always been 2, Code Veronica, and then Resident Evil 1 Remake.
The game is over.
With Remake and Code Veronica being really super close.
Is your husband still alive? Or did you kill him so you could take credit for G?
I guess Leon didn't tell her about the encounter he had with William. I'd probably try to bury that too. Just repress that memory.
Over my dead body.
Aw, shit. Wow, Annette's gonna give it to you.
Why?
And yes, by the way, you did just see the, like, least thrilling Mr. X encounter in the entire game. Though,
Did we
strangely
even
enough,
see him?
We could have. If you know what you're doing, you can just blow right past him. But when you're trying to figure out the box puzzle with Ada's zappy gun, it's actually kind of intense because you have to basically dodge him while searching the environment. So yeah, it can be kind of intense,
I see.
but it's still super short.
I hardly even noticed he was there, so
Yeah.
kudos to you.
Yeah. But he'll make a bigger comeback after the sewers. Speaking of the sewers, now it's Leon time again.
Oh, boy, that was a great nap. I wonder where Ada is.
I feel great. Oh, wait. I've been shot.
Maybe she's out getting me breakfast.
Dude, Leon sure is pretty in this game, but he is a hard ass. I mean, taking a bullet, like, square to the chest and then just shrugging it off for the rest of the game. He's not
Get
even, like,
past clean
walking with a
through.
limp, you know? It's not like in Metal Gear Solid 3 when you lose the eye with Snake and your first-person vision is a little fuzzy after that. Leon just is like, nope, I am operating at 100% with a hole in my
I'm
chest.
fine.
Alright, we can't go that way. So this will be where the sewers in Leon's scenario converge with the Claire scenario a little bit. Okay. Do I have any extra flashbangs? I do not. Yeah, okay, I'll go with this loadout for right now. We've reached the part of the game where I want to start saving my hand grenades for the laboratory. But fortunately, the sewers are relatively similar in both the A and B scenario. So I'm going to be in good shape to pretty much just blow past the enemies like you saw me do with Claire. It is a little bit different, and I'm expecting 1 or 2 surprises in Leon's scenario. But at the same time, it's... In Claire B, it wasn't that bad. Or at least it wasn't that different where, like, there was something in the way that completely threw me for a loop.
Now, does X chase you through the laboratory?
I'm not going to spoil that for you, Nick.
Oh, yeah, that would spoil quite a bit, wouldn't it?
I mean, yes,
Thanks
but I'm
for
not going to
looking out
spoil
for
it
me.
for you. We got Zambos.
Why would there be zombies down here? There were, like, sewer workers.
Actually, the game does a fairly decent job of kind of giving you narrative clues. There were soldiers down here trying to access Umbrella's headquarters. There were sewer workers who were trying to wait out the whole zombie apocalypse, and there were civilians who just got down here fleeing for their lives.
Ah, I see. Boy, you know, if it were raining up top, this place would be completely different.
It is raining up top.
Well, then you should be drowning right now.
This should not be going as smoothly for Leon as it is.
Yeah, if you're like one of those urban explorers or a city worker, you know, as soon as it starts drizzling outside, you have to get the hell out of the sewer.
Oh yeah, that's actually quite true, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a small little trickle up top turns into a raging torpor down in the sewers.
Were you going for torrent?
Is that torrent? That's right. Well, torpor is a word, but it's not what I was looking.
Shit.
Torrent, yes.
Bad boy!
What?
I'm getting that knife back. Hell no.
What?
Shit! I'm not
Wow.
sacrificing a nade on this guy.
Give this zombie a medal.
Dude, you know, there's always like one zombie in every playthrough that just fucking wrecks my progress. Damn it.
Well, I mean,
Alright.
he didn't murder you, so there's that.
No, but I am not happy with that. How many bullets did I fucking waste on that chump?
All of them but 3.
Some health. Damn it. That just sucked. That straight up sucked, my friend. I don't think there's... No, there's not, or it would be red.
Well, hey, you know, you killed the alligator without... Well, does it get chased by a giant alligator or a giant crocodile?
You know, at this point it was so mutated that I'm not 100% sure what that was.
Okay, valid point.
God damn it, that... My whole goal there was to shoot him in order to avoid having to use a sub item or waste health getting hit by him. Instead, I did
Yeah, here
fucking
we are.
all three of those things.
Hey, what's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
Isn't it something with their noses?
One will see you later, one will see you in a while.
Nick, you just blew my fucking mind.
Well, hey, if we're going that route, like, what happens when poison gets past its expiration date? Does it become more poisonous or less poisonous?
Okay, dude, I can't think this critically while I'm playing Resident Evil 2.
Alright. Yeah, I should have saved this for Mario.
Yeah, right? You should have laid those sick mind games on me while I wasn't the one in charge.
Why is it when you're moving materials on a ship it's called cargo, but when you're moving materials on a car it's called shipment?
Did you make these up or did you read these somewhere?
I absorbed them through osmosis 10 years ago somewhere.
Nice. Okay.
Where I can't say.
Let's see. SFZ, I think. Or SZF.
That's a good question.
There it is. We got it. We got it. Magnum ammo.
Hey,
Okay,
bullets.
even though that zombie encounter was quite embarrassing, we should still hit pay dirt down here.
Hey, thank goodness they don't make it so that when your guns get wet, they don't work.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine if this game had any kind of like a weapon degradation system?
I'm surprised that wasn't in Metal Gear 5.
Wasn't it?
It seems like something Kojima would do.
I remember so little about Metal Gear Solid 5. I played it for a long time, but I don't remember a lot of the finer points of it. But, you know, I'm one of those people that with Metal Gear Solid, I tend to try to do, like, pure stealth playthroughs, which wasn't really actively encouraged in Metal Gear Solid 5. I actually really enjoyed the gameplay of that one. You were supposed to be more creative with your use of the environment in order to get through missions. So you're supposed to, like, fire shots and blow stuff up, but you could still do that to serve the stealth. It wasn't like automatically giving your location away. It was creating distractions.
Ada's dying down there, and he decides now's a great time to pop in a movie.
Yeah, right? Oh, dude, the original Die Hard. This is awesome. Ada can wait. Or better yet, it's The Godfather. I've got 3 hours.
Yeah, Ada won't mind.
I'm sure she's fine. She's tough. She's street smart.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Rats. Oh, they're dead.
This is the Ninja Turtles origin story.
Virus.
That goes back to that Raphael meme. You're talking, dudes, I just don't feel so good.
The rat pops out of his
Chest,
shell, allegedly.
yeah. Oh, God. Let's see here. Dude, I've been really cowboying it. I just realized I didn't have a healing item in my inventory at all.
Does this game have autosave?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So
alright.
as you saw with the crocodile, so I haven't
We're
been...
not as in danger as I would have thought.
No, but at the same time, though, like I could have easily gotten into a messy encounter that really pissed me off. Alright, so the solution to this is different than it was in the A scenario, and I don't remember it quite as well, so...
You know,
We'll
with
figure
the
it out,
metal pole going through her leg in the sewers, either she's got gangrene or she's got tetanus.
I'm sure she will get out of it with no consequences whatsoever. Mainly
That's
because she
true.
comes back in Resident Evil 4. What do I want to be doing right now? I want to be clearing my inventory so that we are good to go for that horrible corridor with all of the fetus-looking monsters.
Oh, the little slime sewer monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 44 bullets with my handgun, so I'm going to put you away. And that should cover us. That should cover us nicely. Though I am about to blow through some ammo to take out those guys down at the bottom of this corridor. I'm thinking out loud, so if you want to interject with some actual interesting conversation, let me know.
Oh, no.
It's
sorry,
been like
I was-
2 weeks since I've gone through the sewer, so I'm trying to refresh myself on all of the beats so that I don't embarrass myself.
Yeah, I still stand by what I said. Sewers are my least favorite environments in games.
They're just so cliche. But Resident Evil 2 does it fairly decently. Left 2, right 12, left 8.
Yeah, didn't do it for me in Condemned. Didn't do it for me in oh, what was that other horror game? Can't remember what that was. Turns out the main monster was your hatred or something.
What?
Oh, it's gonna bother me that I can't remember what it was.
Not talking Amnesia.
Or was it Condemned?
Condemned
Convicted?
Criminal Origins?
Yeah, that's
No,
what it
that was just those magic hubcaps that turned everybody into angry hobos.
No, that was the second game, not the first game.
Oh, say I
Yeah.
only know about the second game from Yahtzee's review.
From Yahtzee's review.
Yeah,
of
that's where I
Psychic
get
Brain
half
Monster
of my
Fight.
conventional game knowledge of ones that I haven't played. Oh, and look, a note from Claire. Leon, I have to take a little detour to help this girl I found. If I don't save her, I hate to think what might happen. You go on ahead. You're almost out of the city. She could have left, like, the armband so I could just get straight on this fucking thing, but nope.
Well, she had a lot on her mind, I'm sure.
That's no excuse. I should be first and foremost in the thoughts and hearts of everyone I encounter. I'm Leon
Could've
S.
left you some ammo.
I'm a Kennedy, goddammit. I'm debating, do we have time to descend into this part? I think we do. As quickly as I like to blow through this portion of the game, I think we've got a little bit of extra time. Come here, you.
So, I complimented this game on having fat zombies, but there's really only one fat zombie body and face type.
Yeah, I know. You're right, it's all that same guy, but in the police station he was wearing a uniform, and now he's a janitor. It's just the same guy. It's just that same fucking guy.
Oh my.
That's alright.
Well, he's not dead. Well, I mean, he is dead, but he's not.
They think this is working in their favor. It is not. It is not.
So as many years as it's been, maybe we'll get a edgy Godfather remaster for the 55th anniversary.
Oh, Nick, don't jinx it. Oh, that
Yeah,
didn't
right?
work. God damn it, Chris. Did I get him?
Now the one by your feet isn't gonna grab you, is he?
No. Dude, the one that just took a grenade? I don't think so.
What happened to the liquor? Okay, well the liquor's a lick.
Alright, well, that sucks, because I wasted the grenade trying to get a twofer on those guys. And now I've got to hopefully get lucky and take this guy's head off.
Seems like none of your grenade plans ever work well.
No, I am not proficient with my use of the grenades.
Hopefully I can blow this old man's head off in one shot.
That wasn't a zombie. That was just Jerry the geriatric taking a nap.
Just trying to lay low until this whole thing blew over.
Yeah,
trying
right.
to convince the zombies he was one of them.
Oh, we are going to hell, aren't we?
Oh, he is wagging his tail. He is happy to see you, Joseph.
I thought you were talking about the zombie. I'm like, what?
No, sorry. No, Duncan's here wagging his tail because he's getting pets.
I love you guys so much right now.
And then Rex is passed out behind me, slowly shoving me off the couch.
You're the greatest dads ever. I don't even care that the kids at school make fun of me for having two dads.
Yeah, it makes Mother's Day easier.
Good times.
And he's no longer wagging his tail, signaling he's gone.
I'm over you
Unamused.
guys.
Oh, he's up. Who threw away all these perfectly good
The
plants?
hell was
Right?
Fallout 76 doesn't.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm probably going to go relatively silent because, as you know, this is hyper-focus time.
Alrighty, you do that. Hey, Joseph, what are you doing?
Ah, fuck.
Oh,
Didn't work.
right, the eyeball sewer monsters.
Hey,
That's
actually,
right.
that did work.
Not as intended, but it worked.
Oh. Well, here we go.
Hey, do you still need chicken tacos tonight, Joseph? Okay.
When do we
alright.
not need chicken tacos, Nick? Are you
Yeah, I
kidding
know.
me?
It looks just like Dead Space.
Are you kidding me? Oh my god! Dude, I am actually really pissed off right now.
It is Groundhog's Day.
I am pissed. I am so mad. Dude, I am so mad.
Go, go, go.
I'm trying!
You're almost there. Oh, you're dead. Oh. Ooh.
Nick, next time on Play the Hits, we make our way down this goddamn,
Ooh.
zombie mutant fetus corridor.
The best laid plans, but man, what was that? Three times in a row?
I am deeply ashamed
Ooh, boy, they say three
of what
you know,
just
third
happened.
time's a charm, but 3 strikes and you're out this time.
For it's 1, 2, you're covered with goo in the Resident Evil sewers.
2. Would you like to play as Super Leon?